Here we got the Sofirn right here. Might as well call it the most simplest light you will ever use. On my everyday carry, which houses my Leatherman arc, located here, and all the extra doodads I have with my Leatherman arc, I carry in this case. But I have this big light out here, which has been kind of awkward, is what it is. I no longer need this because Sofirn has sent me this light. So let's have a look at this. Comes in a nice easy package. Has all the information you need to know. Has a great big picture. It says read me. And basically it has a manual, so they're talking about double tapping. Comes with a lanyard. I don't think I would use, but you may use it. USB charging and the flashlight. The key to the toy. This is a aircraft aluminum, heavy duty. You can get it wet. It charges on the back end. I believe you can put it underwater for 1 meter or something. So it's not like super waterproof. It's an IPX7. It's just waterproof, not completely done. Now this light has 5 LEDs here, is what it has. When you first get it, you must double click the button. It only has one button. And you must double click the button to unlock. If you ever want to lock this, double click it and it'll lock when you have it in your pocket. And now it's not going to accidentally come on, which is a nice touch. It really is. This particular light will go as high as 1500 lumens, is what it will do. And it only weighs 102 grams. So it really has a nice light weight to it. It's about 4.5 inches long, 1.5 inches wide, and 3/4 inches high. When you charge, you have a green light, yellow light, red light. You'll notice there is the green light. It has a memory. When you finally get it to where you want it, just one click, and your light is on. That's it. If you wish to cycle through your light when you have it on, I go for a count of 3. I hold it, okay? And I go 1, 2, 3, and notice it changed. That's 1 lumen is what that is. That's very light. Again, I just hold and press, and I count to 3. 1, 2, 3, and then it turns around and goes again. 1, 2, 3, and now it's lit up again. Now, if I want to get the full 1500 lumens, I double click. And now we go major. This will not stay on the whole time. This will only stay on for a little while, and then it will go back down 1 notch. There is a lot of heat being generated. I can actually feel heat on my hand right now from that distance. There is a lot of heat being generated. They do say it does get warmer on here, so you got to be careful with that, is what you got to do. 1 click, and it went back to their highest setting. Again, hold it in 1, 2, 3, and we're down to 1 lumen. Let's leave it there, and let's do 1 click and turn it off, so now it's off. Will it remember to come back with 1 lumen? And look at that, it does. Again, hold it down 1, 2, 3, and now it goes up a notch. You probably will like that setting or the next one. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's probably, turn it off, and now turn it back on with 1 click. It goes where it remembers. So this little light does quite a bit. Double click it if you want to lock it, and then it won't accidentally come on. Very simple light. I've heard a lot of people say they wish it had a clip where you could hook it on your pocket when you put it in your pocket. Some people prefer that, some people don't. This is not a flashlight where the battery comes out or the battery goes in. The battery lives inside of it, is what it does. I would say this is Sofirn's simplest flashlight out there. A lot of flashlights you buy do green, red, blues, and all these other colors. And a lot of flashlights that are out there do a lot more, but again, it gets confusing on all the things you got to do. Some of them have 2 or 3 buttons. This has 1 button. This is extremely affordable. I mean, to be quite honest with you, if you want a flashlight to toss into your EDC, or you want a flashlight that actually can throw in the drawer, this also charges very quickly. It only takes an hour and a half to charge this. So this is a great light that weighs almost nothing. I mean, it weighs grams, right? It only weighs 102 grams. So literally, this could be inside your knapsack. And if you're inside your tent, for example, and you already got this set up, 1, 2, 3, okay, you could have this set at, you know, a very low setting is what you could have this set for. Turn the light off, please. So this is 1 lumen. So let's say you're inside your tent and you're trying to conserve battery, right? And we've got our box here and we're reading the stuff on the back of the box. I can see that just fine. So you can actually read with 1 lumen. This would last you a very long time on battery life where it would not need a charge. It would be great for looking around a tent, okay? But let's bump it up a notch. Let's go, remember the 3-second rule. 1, 2, 3. Now look at that. That's really throwing some nice light, isn't it? And that will last quite a while. So, here's our case, for example, and I'll set this aside. And let's say we open the case up and we want to see what's in it. Okay, and now we're looking in our case to find what we might need. Do I need my level? Do I need my tape measure? Do I need this? Do I need my lighter? You know, it really comes in handy. But if I want to bump it up a little higher, 1, 2, 3, now it's really bright. This is probably a setting you would use if you were walking your dog or doing things like that, is what you would do. It's supposed to throw light up to 200 feet. So, and it's lighting up everything inside this room. So if we double click, that's when we go into turbo. And that's when she's throwing, you know, 1500 lumens is what it's doing. And it's actually too bright. It's hurting my eyes. You know, 1 click to bring her down to that high setting. And that's your 1 lumen. And I think I would probably run it there, which is my 2nd click. And then when I turn it off, well, now everything's black. 1 click to turn it back on. And now everything's ready to go. This is a very, very simple light to use. It doesn't require you to sit there and say, I wonder how many clicks this was or how many clicks that was. And you don't have to do all that clicking. So now the flashlight's going to live right here inside the case instead of on the outside. So there's no chance of it popping off or me losing it. And then all I have to do is zip that back up. And I got quite a bit of stuff in there. But as you see, it has fit inside my case. And I no longer have the flashlight on the outside of my everyday carry. So friends, simply easy to use flashlight. Really cool looking, this gray material. There are 5 lights. You got a big light in the middle and 4 lights around it. But let's take a look at this in the dark. So it's pitch black. You're not seeing anything. If I give it 1 click, that is the setting I normally use. But let me take it down to the 1 lumen. This is the 1 lumen, okay? Is what this is. And you can basically see my face a little bit. Is what that is. Let's go the 3 click like I'm saying. 1, 2, 3. And then it moves up to the next one. Most people will probably, you know, use this setting here when they're looking around for things, as you can see behind me. Let's go brighter. 1, 2, 3. And you'll notice it moved up a notch. See that? So, we got a little bit more light, as you can see. Now, if I go turbo, which is a double click, Look at that. That's blinding. I can't even open my eyes. It's blinding me through my eyes. Okay, I got to take it down a notch, as you can see. Most people would probably use this one lumen mode to look around inside their tent, you know, to find things, what they're looking for, and that's enough light to see. It really is. If you're going to read a book or you're going to read your Bible, whatever you're going to read inside your tent, this would actually be, and it would last a very long time. Very long time. Now, this setting here, up from 1 lumen, is probably what most people would walk with, or if you really needed that extra light, is what it is. So this is a pretty cool, pretty simple flashlight that you might be interested in. Now, Sofirn does make many different types of light. This is not the only one, and the prices go anywhere from, you know, super cheap to super expensive, depending on what you're looking for. But I think this runs for about 30 bucks on Amazon. And I'll have a link in the bottom. But, I mean, the things that I like about this light is the weight being the biggest thing. I don't care if it's got a clip. I know some people, if that's a deal breaker for you, then you're probably not going to want to buy that. I like the idea that they don't brand the heck out of you. I really hate it when they put great big logos on their products and stuff, and it really gets on my nerves. I like the sleek design. I like that they put some stuff into it, where some ridges here on the side you can see, where it makes it much easier to hang on to inside your hand. You know, I really like that. This will fit in your pocket and drop down, and like I said, it's extremely light. It's just grams. It'll fit into an everyday carry, and it'll be a light you need. It only takes an hour and a half to charge. 1 hour and 30 minutes. So if you took this camping, you've got it inside a small package, and you hook it up to your extra battery you carry, because normally most people do carry an extra battery nowadays, then you could charge this in an hour and a half and you're good to go. You're running on 1 lumen, you're going to be running this for weeks. You know, you run this on high, I'm sure you're not going to get very much time with it, because you're just putting a lot of drain on that battery. It does get a little hot around the edge here that you have to be careful of. But other than that, I have to thank Sofirn for sending this to me, because you now know that this company's around and something you may want to consider. Thank you, Sofirn, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.